How you doing today, folks? Now, first off, before we get started, there's a difference between general use, cutting up cardboard, paper, opening envelopes, maybe processing some plastic, basic stuff, and hard use, where you're actually really, basically using your folder to baton wood or to just beat things up or whatever. Or, what I do, which is actual testing, where you're doing spine wax and everything else. I've been seeing a lot of people commenting on my video lately because these recently came on sale for $40. S35EN for $40 is a good deal. To be very clear, treat this knife like a slip joint. It'll be a great one, it'll last you a long ass time, but do not put pressure on that blade at all, it will fail. Anyways, let's get started. Alright, so this is how this knife came to me, and this is how it is now. As you can see, it's been put through a little bit of hell, but even before that, this knife had problems. When I did my initial first impressions on this knife, I mentioned that I wish this knife had a little stronger lockup. Now, to be very clear, since the actual video, I've actually torsioned the bar over a little bit, so it has a stronger lockup than it did before. Even still, under actual use where you're putting genuine pressure on this actual tip, it will fail. Think of it like a slip joint. As long as pressure is being applied upwards, it's not going to fail. Over time, this knife has also developed significant blade play and even slight handle play. This is about $40 right now. When I got it, it was about $80. To be very clear, this knife is not worth 10 bucks. S35EN is fantastic. If you're looking for a slip joint type of folder, you want to do just push cuts and things like that, this is honestly fantastic. But as far as an actual folding, securing, locking knife, this thing is genuinely no good. Now, you might ask, if it's no good, why is it so damn beat up, Kyle? And I'll tell you. How I use this knife is I take another knife or a pry bar or a torsion bar and I put it in this liner lock and I pop it over just a little bit. And this thing becomes a fixed blade. It basically slides over to where you're looking at about 90% lockup. It's not going to go anywhere, and it's also really, really comfortable. And this is why this knife is so beat up. Again, blade play up and down, side to side. Like, it's still a bad knife, don't get me wrong, but it becomes a fun knife to actually use as long as you know it's not going to close on you. This is also a modification, and I also require a tool to be able to have it work properly, and that is definitely a problem. As far as the actual S35EN steel, even after all this use and abuse, it still cuts very cleanly, very smoothly, no tear. This knife actually has really good edge geometry. It cuts very well. And overall, honestly, I like it quite a bit. I wish they would have taken more time with the actual lock. I do like the style of it. But overall, it definitely does have problems. But if you're looking for a compact EDC to do very light duty tasks with, again, 40 bucks, S35EN, it's a screaming deal, but just be aware that this thing does not always lock up securely and it can definitely fail on you, which is in many ways a deal breaker to some. But again, S35EN, 40 bucks, where else are you actually going to get that? That is a fantastic deal. For that purpose alone, I recommend this knife. But if you're okay with sacrificing some steel in D2, these are also on sale right now for 40 bucks. Fantastic ergonomics, great fit and finish, beautiful micarta handle, drop shut action, D2 blade, flips out like a dream. So there are definitely other options out there, but yeah, not S35EN, though D2, still fantastic. But if you love this design and you just have to go with it, again, take a fixed blade or other similar knife and or tool or a screwdriver, torsion this bar a little bit, and again, you'll have a very ergonomic function fixed blade that you can technically fold up again, which is actually pretty interesting if you think about it. I love the idea of a knife basically being foldable in your pocket. You can roll it out, pop something right there, and then basically have a fixed blade. For that purpose is the reason why this knife has gone through paint cans. It's cut through caustic gas chemicals, which is why this whole piece is burned right here. It's gone through hell. The copper has patinaed beautifully to this almost grayish, brownish, black color. It's really cool. But anyways, folks, to end it all, would I recommend this knife? For $40, again, S35EN, as long as you are intimately aware of the problems it might possess, it's an interesting knife. So my overall score of this knife as far as a general locking folding EDC knife is going to be a 1 out of 10. Collector investor category, a 1 out of 10. A fuck it, I want a makeshift fixed blade in my pocket, a 10 out of 10. For that purpose, I adore this knife, but only for that one, because otherwise you will get cut and you never quite know when. It seems so secure for a while until all of a sudden it's just not, and that's sketchy. On the other hand, its artisan is very secure. Sorry folks, I love this knife right now. Anyways, take care, I love you all, and bye.